Hello and welcome everyone. This is Sunil from 3D Orchestra, and in this video tutorial I'm going to explain how you can prepare a 3D model library that can be just drag and dropped in any Unreal Engine project whatsoever with everything properly ready to go. So to begin with, what you have to do is you have to go ahead and select the mesh you want to keep in the library as glTF. So option number one, you have to go ahead and disable the nanite. So if the nanite is enabled, disable it. And why? Let me explain. Because the nanite is enabled on this mesh, if I open this mesh, it has 73,000 triangles, but nanite has reduced it to 5,400 triangles. So that means if I am away from this object, that object triangles drops to 5,434. If I am near to that object, depending on how near I am, the triangle goes up to 73,000. I go out away, triangle goes to 5,400. If I go near, it goes up to 73,000. Okay. So if nanite is enabled, that is happening dynamically. And if I go ahead and export it as glTF for keeping it in library, what will happen is glTF will export it at 5,434. And then again, when you import this into a new project, Unreal will treat it, and nanite will treat it as 5,434 triangle in total. And as it has dropped from 73,000 to 5,400, it will drop from 5,400 to more less, and thus the quality of this mesh will be degrading. So it will not look as detailed as it was initially. For that, you have to make sure that you have disabled the nanite before you export. So that is point number one. Point number two is you have to go ahead in the modeling tool, which is for me shortcut is Shift F5. So I can also press Shift F5 to bring this tool. And here you see in the favorite, I have bake transform. So you need to find it where it is. Bake transform is in the transform. You just need to right click and add to favorite. So it will be added here in this tool. And this is bake transform. If you happen to use it here only, Datasmith is going to take care of it and it will bring it where it should be. But in Max, the transform was not properly reset. That is why in the preview I can see it like this. Okay. So if you export it this way, it's not a big deal. You can go ahead and export it the way it is. glTF will take care of it. But I suggest go ahead and bake the transform before you export. So just click on bake transform and then click accept. You can skip this. See, the thumbnail is oriented perfectly. Even if you don't bake the transform, glTF will bake the transform for you. But why to take chance? Okay, because you are going to use this object for in multiple projects from here now after having it in the library. It's always better, and you reuse all the time spent and effort spent on this, preparing this as to make it usable, and just click of a button, it will be available for you to use it. So bake transform in disable nanite, bake transform. And you also need, because you are going to use it multiple times, so it's always better, always good that you should go ahead and cross check the pivot. So as I can see, the pivot is good for now, for on this object at least. If you see here, the pivot is not at the bottom of the Z and center to the X and Y, then go ahead and use the pivot tool to set the pivot properly. This is important and this has to be done. You need to cross check the pivot of the mesh, that if it's right way placed at the right position, because you are going to use it in multiple projects multiple times. So it's always better to make sure the pivot is perfectly done here. And you can do in the modeling tool, set it in the edit pivot and set it to bottom Z and XY in the center. That is the third point. Okay. So now then I disabled transform baked and then pivot set perfectly. It's always also better to merge the mesh if you have multiple same material on that, but that will also be getting done automatically by the glTF. Okay, so there is an option to export it from here. So don't export it from here, export selected. So if you export selected from here, see here, this mesh is present in the scene this much away from the center, which is going to be bad. So if you happen to import in any new project, it will be this much far away from the center after being imported. So it's better you open the mesh, apply this texture which is available here. So like this, because this is the final material which you have modified. So apply it like this and apply it like this. So now the current latest modified and finally finished material is there. Now you should not export it from here because it will be away this much distance away. So it's better, since we have done this and applied it inside the mesh, search the mesh in the content browser. Okay, so this is important. You have to search the mesh in the content browser and export it from here, because it's properly transformed, is baked, prepared, and all the latest material applied on inside the mesh, and the pivot is also done. So if you right click and then go to asset actions and then click on export, remember you should not export it from here. It's very important. You have to export it from here, and before that all those conditions should be met. Right click, then asset action, and then click export, then go to dump glb and name it as, see, it's already taken the name flower pot. Perfect. And you just have to change it from fbx to glb. I like to keep it glb because it will be just one mesh, that's nothing else, which I can just drag and drop at any point of time. I will go ahead and export it as glb, and then I will click save. I will keep everything default, no need to change anything whatsoever, as glTF does it perfectly well. Remember, then it is disabled, so you are not going to lose your quality of the mesh. Export it, done. I will go ahead and right click and export it again as glTF, just to show you the difference between glb and glTF. So I will go ahead, click on export, then change it to glTF, and here I will make a folder name as glTF. I will keep the name same, but the format will be glTF this time, and click save and click export. Okay, I will go to the folder. In glb I have just one file. In the glTF, so this is the difference. You have the glTF file with this texture. If you have this texture, what is the advantage of having this texture like this? You can go ahead and increase the resolution using AI to whatever resolution, increase the quality just with the help of crayon I have shown you. You can increase it, increase the quality of this mesh, okay, and you can upscale it using AI to make it even more high quality texture if needed for some reason. Maybe you want to a closer camera going, like you want a camera which goes near this flower pot, you need the texture to be high quality. You already have this texture, so you can go ahead and increase the quality of this texture using AI to whatever you want. If you don't want anything to be there, let just perfect one file and drag and drop, which is good. I like this one more. Okay. So now I will go ahead, and I have already opened a new project. I will go here in content browser, make a new folder. Inside new folder, I will make another new folder for the flower pot, and I will go ahead and right click and import folder, and then I will go to dump glb and select open it from here, or you can go ahead and just drag and drop from here, right, and keep everything default. Click import, and see, it created a folder with flower pot. Then inside that a material folder, then inside that a static mesh folder, and then inside that a texture folder with all the textures. If you want to upscale, you can also right click and export it from here and then upscale it, right? So no need of having multiple texture like this. It's up to you, right? Point is, if I go here and then drag and drop this, see how amazing this is, absolutely perfectly like brought inside Unreal Engine. If you go ahead and open it, you will see the nanite is enabled on this already, and it has 73,000 triangle, right, and 5400 of fallback triangle. If you want, you can go ahead and switch off the nanite if you like, not a big problem. And I will go here in the project settings. I will enable and disable this ray tracing. Yeah, let's go ahead and then export this table now. So I will go ahead to press Ctrl B, right click, make sure nanite is disabled, pivot is at the center, transform is already bit, because I can see the preview it's not tilted, and open the mesh and apply the latest material. Most likely it will be already applied, so you don't need to do this. Just cross check it if it's not done, and then go here, press Ctrl B again, right click, asset actions, and then export it as GLB. And then yeah, SM center table, you can just rename it according to what you need, center table, and change it to GLB. You can also name it as coffee table if you want, and save it with the default settings. Click export, and then you go to the new project, you go here, and then go ahead and drag and drop this into this. I'll not drag and drop here, I will go ahead and drag and drop in the new folder, so that it will create a new folder for me for the same mesh. I will go here, static mesh. This mesh doesn't have any texture, so it doesn't create a folder for the texture. And see, absolutely fine. This is looking this way because of the lighting, and here it looks because it's a day scene, but the scene object is perfectly brought inside. And the good part is, the best part I like about glTF is you can go ahead and open Blender and import it in Blender and just continue working on it. Maybe trace the mesh or do whatever you want. Plus, let me show you one more thing here. So I have two GLBs here. I will go to connector. In the meantime, I will go ahead and delete this too, and then I will go here in file. By default, Blender can import a GLB file very easily. So GLT, and then I will go to GLB, and I will go ahead and import and I will make it lit. You can see it's perfectly done and imported. So glTF can be imported in any 3D, any DCC application you like. Maya, Max, Blender, anything. For Max, you need a paid plugin from SimLab. But yeah, it can be done, and it's very, very, very flexible. So I'll highly recommend using glTF for wherever you can and whenever it's possible for you. So as you can see, we can go ahead and export all these meshes from a finished project as glTF and keep them ready to be drag and dropped in any scene you want with no dependencies whatsoever. So no link to this folder, that folder, everything properly organized and kept in one folder for you, making things very easy and efficient to be used. In the meantime, if this connector opens, okay. So now let's go ahead and add this folder here. I will go in dump and then GLB, and then I will select the folder and I will go here. The best part is, suppose you are having this coffee table and you don't have any preview, right? You really want the preview to be seen, then you can go ahead and export it as glTF. Perfect. And you can just explore this. So there are lots of free GLB viewer. So before you want to import it in any project and you want to see what model it is, you can go ahead and preview this GLB, because if you remember, when we exported, we have selected to preview to be included. Just to give you context here, GLB, and if I click test, see here, preview mesh is there. That means if you want to bring this mesh into any new project and you want to preview before you want to bring, if it's GLB, preview is inside it, right? So you can use any GLB viewer to see what actual object is this, and then once you are sure, you can just drag and drop, boom, you can use it. For the same, I used connectors. So see here, I just have it GLB, right? And I can preview it before I I want this flower pot. I go here and I can see the preview even with like this. I know what it is, and just go here in Unreal Engine and then drag and drop. So you can understand how much efficient your entire workflow will be. You finished a project, you exported all the important meshes which you want to reuse them again and again and again with the way I explained, and then you have a GLB viewer or maybe connector, and then you prepare a library just for only single things, And the best part is it is not going to bring you any dependencies whatsoever. That means if you want to give this table to anyone else in the world, all you have to do is go ahead and just copy like this, or show in content browser, not here, right click. You can just go ahead and right click and show in explorer, and then you can just copy this, send it to anyone, and he will not have anything missing. He can just use it as it is. So it can also be transferred and put on any network drive and then shared with anyone or entire world very fast and efficiently. So this is one of the best way to utilize any message in multiple projects, share with the world, share to anyone else. So I hope you understand what I was trying to explain this video. Using a finished projects, every message in any project, the best and most efficient way possible using glTF and connector or any GLB viewer is the best possible. You can just drag and drop this into Blender. You can just drag and drop into Max if you purchase the GLB importer in Max. So I hope this video helped you a lot, and I will see you all in the next video. Till then, have a great time.